Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we'll be discussing the individual known as Aaron Rodgers yet again. This on another episode of Aaron Rodgers. He's finally signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We already know this, but what we just found out on an episode of the Pat McAfee show is that Aaron Rodgers has announced that 2025 will likely be his last season, which means a 20-year career will be coming to an end at the end of this season. So, about time, because I think Aaron Rodgers, it's been debated if he'd retire for like the past 3 or 4 years, and obviously he's had a very long career. What some would say is a very successful career. Obviously, he's a multiple-time MVP. He has that one Super Bowl ring, and he's been a great quarterback. So, what does this mean for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Well, the Steelers now have a lot of clarity of whether they actually need to start planning now for 2026, because Rodgers isn't going to be there, most likely. And that was sort of the case already. We already knew he wouldn't be there after he signed the 1-year deal. So, for his last year of his career, Rodgers will be playing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And honestly, it's up to you, Steelers. You need to make his last campaign memorable in some way. Now, that doesn't mean it has to be a Super Bowl run. Obviously, I know that is usually beyond the current Pittsburgh Steelers team's pay grade, but make it memorable in some way. Will the magic to make his last season in the NFL memorable in some weird way. But what I would like the Steelers to do is make it interesting, win a playoff game, do something to make his last season in the NFL memorable in some way. In a good way, preferably. Obviously, there's a lot of ways for his last season in the NFL to be memorable in a bad way, and I'm hoping the Steelers avoid most of those, because once he's gone, he's gone. And it'll be sad to see him go from multiple points of view, because one way losing him is sad is because we lose the comedy that is Aaron Rodgers. But in another way, we lose a quarterback who many of fans of the NFL grew up watching and either grew up really liking or disliking, depending on their own favorite team. So with that being said, guys, please like, share, subscribe down below. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you next time.